you mentioned about social media.
Yeah.
So social media can be a trigger.
Yes.
When something fails to cause something, we don't call it a trigger. Trigger means it succeeded. Both succeed, it's not a trigger because nothing happened.
Correct.
But it's just a possible trigger, potential trigger. So social media, it seems, tends to affect some people who are insecure and affects people who are dissatisfied. When we say insecure, it means that there's something not right about me. You know, dissatisfied means that I'm pretty good but not good enough. So it's another level of condition. Insecure is I'm no good, I'm not good enough. They're all better than me. Dissatisfied is I'm pretty good, but how come he's better than me? I want to be number one. Now I'm number two. So different levels ko. So social media, see, the intensity because of the massive input. Example lang. An old person living in a senior home in Canada. Canada, you know, people go to senior home. He's always very depressed. Why? Because everybody always have somebody visiting them except me. Monday, visitor. Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday. Maboa. Actually, those are different visitors. They all got one visitor a week. Except that you see visitors all the time. You also got one on Saturday. How come they have it every day? No, they did not. They have it once a week. But the appearance is like, kanat ya tiyang visitor, puro boleh tham gua. So gua ay lai chide lang. Ima si chide? Oh, so there's an illusion there.
Yes.
Kind of deceptive kong, oh, I'm so miserable, bolang, bo, intiat ya ulang. Bola, ina si chile, pay chipay lang. The same lang, the same. So social media is like that. You will see so many people better than you, went to holidays nicer than yours, with all this new bracelet and, you know, earrings nicer than... Actually, these are many, many different people. The one who has the better earring than you may not be more beautiful than you.
Yeah.
So na-compare, talo siya, di ba? Pero di pwes yung ano, wah, iyasui, wah, iko chong tao mga ni. So then,
Tagay ako ahi.
everybody's so happy. You know?
Everybody. Yeah.
So, if you're insecure, you become more insecure.
Yes.
And if you're dissatisfied, you become more dissatisfied.
Yes.
Siya kasi aggravate na. There's an existing condition, but it worsens. It intensifies. So, siya kasi aggravate. Aggravate ka, it might become a mental issue. Because you're so fixated on that dissatisfaction or that insecurity or that jealousy that you're not happy, and then you don't see the nice things, and then you think of ways to beat them to become number. Yeah. So social media, see here the intensity is so massive. They don't stop. Every time you open it, it's there. It's not like a friend you call, nobody's answering because she's asleep. 24 hours. And then you have 1,000 million guys sending in a material. So of course, overwhelmed.
Correct.
So sometimes it can be a trigger because of that. But then there may be an existing condition that aggravates until reach that level, then you're not happy, and then you become depressed, and then blah, blah, blah.
People who become people pleasers, they have very high
Tendency.
they have very high chance of developing mental health issues, because you have to understand that at the heart of people pleasing is a loss of one's authenticity, one's self. Self is God's gift to us. It's sacred, you know. Without a self, what do you love God with? Without a self, what do you serve God with, right? That self is for us to discover, and but parents are supposed to help us know ourselves, to discover. Parents are supposed to be good mirrors to help us, you know, as we grow, we get to clearer, more accurate picture of ourselves. So, but when we, this depends on the family dynamics, right? There are some families where ginauhi bo tsui, right? And you cannot have other opinions, you know. So when we become people pleasers, when all we care is to satisfy the adults in our lives, When we always care about image and how we look, how our family should look, then we start to lose ourselves.
Yeah.
We start to lose ourselves. So once we lose our authenticity, a lot of things can start to go wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is something very, and that's what also happened to Jen. So this whole emphasis on performance and achievements over self-acceptance,
Yeah.
okay, is what we see quite a lot these days. But if we are true followers of Jesus Christ, and I'm speaking now to the parents who are watching, we are God's representative. We are the first God image of our children. It's very important for our children to feel accepted.
Right.
We have a very accepting God, full of love, full of grace, and not just truth, full of grace as well. So it's very important that when a child is developing his sense of identity, that we were able, with God's help, of course, we're able to actually help the child accept, accept themselves, both their strengths and their weaknesses, and as a foundation of their future adult personality.
Yeah.
Right? So it's very, very important. The self-acceptance is very important. When we can accept ourselves, then we can, of course, kasama na doon yung self-awareness, then we know what makes us happy. What is it our nervous system likes, when a person is depressed, a very simple thing like, just do one thing that makes you happy. I don't care if that's mababaw. If it makes you happy, just do it, right? So, if you do not know yourself at all, you don't even know what makes you happy.
Correct.
Right. You do not know. And sila yung talagang pitiful na.
Yeah.
Have to think of it, You are an adult now, but you really know very little about yourself. So it's very important that and the Bible is supposed to help us, through constant practice of self-reflection and the community acting as good mirrors, helping us see who we are. That should help increase our self-awareness so that we know how to cope. Your nervous system is different from my nervous system. What works for you may not work for me, right? When you do exercise, you get better. Sleep, when I do exercise, wala na, right? So, kanya-kanya tayo. But bottom line is, get to know who you are, because this is God's gift to you. And you want to take good care of your body because this is your gift to God.
Yeah.
Right? You don't just take care of your spiritual life, you take care of your physical body. Your nutrition.
Right.
Nutrition, diet plays a big role in mental health, So the latest subdiscipline in psychiatry is nutritional psychiatry, because a lot of mental health, like particularly mood disorders, can be addressed with proper diet. So poor diet can cause poor mental health. And that is why many Filipino children, they have very poor mental health because of lack of nutrition. Okay? We have so many school children who live below poverty line.
Yes.
They're not getting enough nutrients. So they're stunted, and mentally, everything is affected.
I'm just curious, Ate Christina, and maybe for you also, Doc. In terms of demographics, what age group do you mostly handle? Is it youth, or do you also handle people who on the older age who also suffer mental health problems?
I handle kids also, and majority are adults, young adults.
Young adults.
But I also have people who are in their 70s. I have two in their 80s as well. Maybe because I can speak Chinese lang. Okay, so they can share
Their concerns, their problems, no? Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Do
It's a
they
lao
know?
lang ho, lao lang jingko to. And they felt that because their children are all busy na, no? And they have so much they want to take it out. So they also need counseling. They need somebody who can listen to them and validate what they are feeling.
Right.
They're not being OA,
Right.
but sometimes they are made to feel they are too OA.
The
That's why
same with-
daytime functions for seniors are important
It is.
because they are bored and
Right.
lonely.
Right.
There's
Yeah.
no one to
Right.
talk to.
Right.
So
right.
they want to go out and meet peers.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
What happens now is that some churches do it once a month,
Oh.
gathering for
Ganda.
seniors.
That's
Fortunately,
nice.
many churches are doing it.
Yeah.
That's
So
nice.
it's like they're taking turns, sort of like that. It's not
that's
unplanned,
nice.
but it's something like that. But I noticed that old people, they like to go.
Yeah.
And it's not, it doesn't matter what the program is or what the food is. Basta they know it's
Gathering.
people who look like me will be there.
Yeah.
So, okay na.
My mom used to attend that. Used to attend that. And when she developed Alzheimer, she still tried to get ready every week.
Oh, that's
you know,
nice.
that particular day. Because as far as she can remember, at least the long-term memory is I'm supposed to go to Lao Lang Hoi.
Right.
So you don't
That's
forget
nice.
it. Okay, so their body adapted to it na. But old people need that. You know. So the children, the old people, they need that too. Children is because they cannot articulate their subjective experience, right? But through play, they're able to express, okay, what they are thinking, what they have experienced in school, and all that. So there's a place for that, you know. And thankfully, the Chinese community, the Chinese churches, we're now seeing more and more pastors recognizing the place of counseling. Before, they used to be very suspicious of counseling.
Right,
They just dump everything as these are all humanistic, but those are old school of thought now. You know, a lot of things have changed, and right now we want to see the integration of psychology and Bible.
Yeah.
So, in fact, I often say that God does not give Christians a monopoly of truth.
Right.
When we have the humility to try to seek truth from different disciplines, and then
Yes.
come back to read the Word of God, everything becomes crystal clear. Everything becomes more meaningful. And I have counseling students who said, you know, Mom, you know, since I took counseling, I don't read Bible the same way again.
Yeah.
Before, when I read about flesh, you know, Paul talks about flesh, I don't even understand what that means. But now I really understand what he means by flesh, because now he understands, you know, human behavior in a much deeper way. So that's what we really want to see, no? And as more people become equipped in both the Word of God and in people helping ministries, then we can be more effective, actually. Because our approach then becomes more holistic. We are not simplistic anymore, neither are we naive.
Yes.
To think that everything is basta dikikito lang chuetsuelo, just pray lang, you know. Sounds spiritual, but too simplistic.
Thank you for joining us today in our discussion. We hope we were able to enlighten you in some of the issues you are currently facing. If you have any comments or suggestions, please drop us a note in the comment section below. We would also like to take this opportunity to invite you to come and worship with us every Sunday here at Jubilee Evangelical Church. We have English services at 8:30 a.m. and 10:30 a.m., Amoy service at 10:30 a.m., Taglish service at 2 p.m. You can also join us online through our FB and YouTube channels at 3 p.m. For more information, you can visit our website at jec.com.ph. Thank you and God bless us all.